Welcome to Coruzant Technologies, home of the Digital Executive Podcast.
Welcome to the Digital Executive. Today's guest is Brant Herman. Brant Herman is the founder and CEO of MouthWatch, a company dedicated to improving dental care through innovative virtual care, teledentistry, and dental imaging solutions. As a successful entrepreneur, Brant has continuously developed products that disrupt the status quo across a range of industries. Growing up in a family of dentists, Brant's eyes were wide open to opportunities for enhancing care delivery. As a non-dentist, he also knew he would have to do it without the drill in a way that would benefit the greatest number of patients across all practice types. Well, good afternoon, Brant. Welcome to the show.
Thanks so much for having me.
You bet, Brant. Appreciate you making the time. Love jumping on and meeting somebody new every single day. This is awesome. More importantly, we're going to ask you some pretty cool questions so we can get your story and some of the stuff you're doing in your business out to our global audience. So jumping in, Brant, you've got quite the career in operations, technology. You're a serial entrepreneur and now the CEO of MouthWatch and Dentistry One. Could you share with our audience the secret to your career growth and what inspires you?
You bet. So I've been a serial entrepreneur. I started my career in the .com 1.0 and really just found a passion for growing businesses and finding problems to be solved. So I saw the tangible difference even a small group of people can make. And I loved that experience. I went on to start a couple of other companies and found myself in a family of dentists by no choice of my own, but I was looking for a new opportunity and we saw what experienced patients had in a dental practice and the impact that good dental care and a healthy smile, what that could do for someone's self-esteem, their perception of themselves. And we saw an opportunity to really expand that through technology and innovation. And that really drove me to launch MouthWatch and this latest iteration in Dentistry One to really transform care. What inspires me is really curiosity and problem solving, of knowing that we can make an impact and finding really unique and effective ways to do that.
Thank you, Brant. And I appreciate that you're making a difference in the world, whether it's providing a new solution or, like you said, giving people that confidence with a nice smile. And I think it matters to everybody in the world to hear people's stories, how they are changing lives. So thank you. We're going to switch gears into some good stuff, Brant. We like to talk about tech, obviously, and what you're doing with your platform. But tell us a little bit more about MouthWatch teledentistry platform that allows for dental patients and care providers in any location to conduct and secure, share interactive or asynchronous visual examinations with a dental health professional in a remote location. Why is this groundbreaking from your perspective?
So I think everyone by now has used telemedicine or telehealth or video conferencing. You know, it skyrocketed after the pandemic and during the pandemic, but we were ahead of our time in seeing there were ways that telehealth technologies could help engage patients more effectively with their dental practice. So we wanted to build that connection and make it so dentistry and dental health didn't always have to wait every 6 months for you to come into an office. So that was the foundation of it, where one, patients could incorporate their dentist into more of their overall health by having a more regular and engaged relationship with them. And then we started seeing these opportunities to really help connect patients to care where they were having challenges accessing care. So we created a platform called Teledent, which would help dental practices communicate with their patients or their staff as they were serving populations in nursing homes or schools or community settings. And it really bridged a gap in getting more patients into a dental home and connecting them to, you know, all of the benefits that oral health care brings. What we learned from that, and we've now launched Dentistry One, which is a nationwide network of dentists that you can speak to immediately. You can schedule a time to talk to them. You can send them questions and photographs and get a dental consultation wherever you are. You no longer have to go into an office. You no longer have to have a dentist of record that you see. we'll be that first virtual front door for any dental concern you might have. And what's great is because it's so convenient and built for the consumer and the patient, we can answer those questions and do things that typically you're not going to have time for in a normal dental appointment. You're going to go in, you're going to get a cleaning, you're going to have a dentist take a look, and then you're going to go. And if you need any work, it's going to be rescheduled. We want to help patients understand how much what they do at home matters and how their dental health is connected to their overall health. So we've got a great team of care advisors who are usually dental hygienists trained in oral health, and they'll do coaching and support patients in all of those steps to make sure dental care is a bigger part of patients' life, but more convenient, and that connecting them into an office for an appointment is the easiest thing, because I don't think anyone would agree that taking care of their own healthcare and booking and bridging all of the different appointments that need to happen is the easiest thing for us. So we want to remove one more barrier and just make it as seamless as possible to keep people healthy.
That's awesome. And leveraging the technology, we've seen that. We've had the technology prior to the pandemic, but it really accelerated during the pandemic, obviously. But you are eliminating, I think, multiple barriers. And a lot of people just are uncomfortable with going in person to see a dentist. So I think this is a great start, and this is awesome. I appreciate you highlighting that, Brant. Brant, let's switch gears here. Let's dive a little bit more into tech if we can. You're obviously leveraging some of that new and emerging technologies within teledentistry. Is there something specific you might be able to share with us today? We're a bunch of nerds and geeks here in the audience.
I love it. Yeah, I'm just in that niche of a dental nerd and geek. So some of the cool things that we're doing with teledentistry, there's that baseline, or I'd say, table stakes of having video conferencing and convenient communication and collaboration through your phone, through your browser, wherever that might be. What we're really excited about are, one, the opportunities that AI can start bringing to dental care in helping a patient understand and support the decision-making for providers. So helping someone understand if their inflammation levels have gone up, or something as simple and cosmetic as their whitening levels, if they're trying to whiten their teeth, or tooth alignment. So a lot of those things make it really easy for a patient on kind of the consumer side to get a better understanding of their oral health care and then tee them up for an appointment that's going to be more effective for them. On the other side of it is using data and machine learning and a little bit of AI to make for a much smarter process of intake for a patient, where we really understand the whole patient, their health history, their medical history, and start helping them follow a path to see the connection between oral health care and their overall health care. That's something we're excited to implement. And a key part of what Dentistry One is focused on is bridging the gap between medical and dental. So we're able to integrate with medical EHRs and start seeing that this pregnant patient, or this diabetic patient, or this patient who's going through chemotherapy, there are significant benefits, not only to that patient's health outcomes, but also to the cost savings for insurance plans and for employers, where if we can address the oral health care part earlier, we can make for a healthier, happier patient, and also a healthier, happier, more profitable insurance plan or employer. So we're looking at all of those ways that using that data can help us really understand the patient journey more effectively, and where we can help reveal, cost savings and improved outcomes by incorporating oral health care earlier into that process. And frankly, from a human side, really taking that burden off of the patient of having for them to navigate their own care in already a really challenging situation, right? They're diagnosed with a chronic disease, and suddenly, if the doctor knows about the oral systemic link, they might bring it up to them. We want to remove that from being the new burden that a patient has to handle. We want to take that off their plate and really seamlessly guide them into oral health care and dental care.
That's awesome. Embracing technology really at the end of the day is how do we better that patient outcome, and how do we be more efficient at our processes? So Brant, again, thank you. So Brant, last question for you today. Maybe you can share something from your career experience that would be helpful for those looking to grow their career, whether it's in tech or entrepreneurship.
You bet. Yeah. I think a lot of people are built this way. I think you've got to have that perpetual optimism and curiosity and a desire to solve that problem, whatever that problem might be. So entrepreneurship to me and growing a business is a lot of times you're going to get punched in the face and you're going to get right back up and find a new approach that's going to help you and your team succeed. Also a big fan of finding the thing that drives you, right? It's can't be just money. I think if there's a bigger mission that you're trying to accomplish and an impact you're trying to make, that's going to carry you through times where maybe that sale didn't close or that revenue didn't produce the way you thought it would. But if you're really driven by that, I think the community sees that, fellow marketers and buyers and industry experts, they recognize where you're coming from. And that not only gives a lot of credit, it gives a lot of inspiration, I think, to yourself, to your team, and really helps you navigate that, sometimes rocky road that running your own business or being an entrepreneur can put ahead of you.
Thank you. I appreciate the gems there, Brant. We have lots of guests on here that share very similar messages about having a passion for what you do to help you get through some of those tougher times, because it's not about chasing the money. It's about bettering the world. Again, love your message. Love that we can get this out and share it with the world. So Brant, it was a pleasure having you on today, and I look forward to speaking with you real soon.
Thanks so much, Brian. Great talking to you.
Bye for now.